Hey there, everyone. I'm Mike, or as you all know me, Subject 19. And at long last, here is the video I have promised. The story of how I got into writing. So, this started all the way back in 8th grade. It started out as an assignment by our English teacher, and basically, it was write a story about anything you wanted. And so I chose this simple idea, is how it all started. An alien race invades Earth. Very simple idea, an idea that has been done numerous times. Very unoriginal. But while I got to writing it, I felt it was. God, I'm trying to figure out words to describe this. It was amazing. Like, I had finally found something that I loved and felt I was fairly good at. I felt like I was creating an entire world, creating people, like I was God or something, and I loved it. And I was actually disappointed when I had to finish the story. And then after I'd say a week or two, or after we had turned it in, my teacher left a comment saying that I could turn it into a novel if I so chose. And with the encouragement of my dad, I actually did. I turned it into a whole series, actually. I think in total it was like 12 books or something. And yeah, it was. And as I wrote, I continued to see my abilities rise. Like, I would be able to get into more detail and deeper story, too, and like delve deeper into the characters. And yeah, it was amazing. Like, I could just lose myself writing these stories, which back in high school, I wasn't the greatest time, wasn't the worst. But yeah, for a while, that's what I did, and then I took a break from writing Imperial Uprising, which I had named the Alien Invasion series, I guess you could say. And I started a new story that took place in my hometown, and I named it after the main bad creature, or whatever, in the story, Subject 19, which is obviously my current username. So, Subject 19 was basically this lab creature. Think of like the alien, and basically put that into my hometown, and basically that's what you got. Like, just chaos, and then government trying to contain it, blah blah blah. But yeah, I had a lot of fun writing that. I actually did a lot of research. That's when I started getting very methodical and how I wrote it. Like, I would do research, like street names, locations, even vehicles, weapons, like all this stuff. I would heavily research. And yeah, after I finished that, I went back to Imperial Uprising for a while. Then started a new series, Operation Steel Cloud, and this I started it around the same time my mom was diagnosed with cancer, and so I set this goal for myself to finish the story as quickly as possible because she had stage 4 colon cancer, so didn't know how much time I had left with her, and I wanted to finish this story so she could read it. And after I finished each chapter, I would show it to her, and during the later stages, when she wasn't too with it, I would read her the chapters. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to finish the story before she passed. And for a while, like a few months, I just gave up on writing. Just the whole grief of losing my mom and everything. I just sat in my room and didn't do much of anything. Didn't have friends to talk to, and didn't really feel like talking to my dad. I mean, I love him to death, but I guess you could say it's like not kind of the conversation you have with your dad, I guess, in a way, is the best way I can describe it. So, yeah, for a while I was just alone in my room, it felt like. Then after a while, after I eventually got over it, I finally did get back into writing, and I finished the story, and I went back to Imperial Uprising for the last time. I did 2 stories with that. I think it was like 50 pages each for those stories, which for me was a hell of a lot. And as I was working on the last book for Imperial Uprising, I ran into FemFiction, and so I read some stories there, piqued my interest, and then eventually I created an account, and I thought, you know what, maybe I should write some stories for this, because of all that. And as it turns out, I did, and yeah, here I am today. So that is my story. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I don't really know how to sign off on these things, so thank you for watching this, and thank you all for 50 plus followers. That's more than, that's 50 more than I ever thought I would ever get, ever. So thank you all very much, and I shall see you all later.